Yeah. So what? It's your boy Bits and Bobs and my co-host Prime. Yo, Prime, what we saying, man? You cool?
Yeah, we good. Chelsea battered the team this weekend. United won, so no depressed, suicidal United fans. Arsenal got put in a split. You love to see it. You love to see it.
Bro, it was a good weekend, bro. 3 point collectors. It's always nice to win, especially away from home. For Man United. So man, let's get into it, bro. Man United 3, Everton 1. Prime, not gonna lie to you, bro. As I said to you last week, I wasn't confident, but I did say Ollie will probably get a win.
Mm.
To be honest, man, I didn't even celebrate it, Prime, because I was just like, we should be beating Everton anyway with the players we have. However, it's a good win though. It's 3 points away at Everton, who obviously were, I believe they were two losses, right? They'd lost 2 games prior. So yeah, man, I think it was a good win. But Everton was shit, man. Let's be honest. They were poor. They were really, really poor.
Yeah,
And
true. But in the other breath, you can only beat who's in front of you, and you beat Everton.
100% Prime. You know what I mean? And for me, I think. Do you know what? I think let me not be too on Ollie, because you know what? He went, done his job, got the 3 points. Tarzan scored. Portugal's finest. Well, I say Portugal's second finest. Bruno got 2 goals. Man, job well done, right? You've got to be happy, and I'm happy that Man United won, 100%. I'm not going to dwell into the Ollie thing because it gets boring. The man's done his job. He got a win. We move. Do you know what I mean? We just want consistency. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
Consistency, bro, because all in all, it's good that we beat Everton away. Yeah. But our next league game, I believe it's West Brom. And if we lose to West Brom, boy, it's gonna be a bit hot in that change room, hot in the office, boy. What's your thoughts on the game anyway, man?
Uh, yeah, Everton score very
Yeah,
early.
right.
And it looks like it could be another one of those heads down for Man United. You're going to get beat comfortably, but then what? Good cross from Rashford. Bruno pops up with a header,
It was Luke
and
Shaw. Luke Shaw.
or sorry, Luke Shaw. Sorry,
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying, bro. That's 2 assists in 2 games. What is
put
going on?
respect on his name, by the way, Luke Shaw. England's
Seriously,
second
bro.
best right back. Not better than Chilwell, but I digress. Yeah, a good header from Fernandez, and then things start to change. Fernandez with what was it, a shot cross. Rashford
I think
seemed
it's a
to get
cross.
ahead to
It's
it,
a
but
cross. It's a
it's
cross.
a
Yeah.
good either way. It is a good goal. 2 goals from Fernandez, and then
Open
the
play.
assist in the last minute for Cavani to score. Look, you won the game. You won the game. You guys can complain about like Ollie and this and that, but like, and you want Ollie out, but you don't want to lose games either. So it's a
Do
good
you
win.
know what? Like, I saw tweets and stuff saying it's a bittersweet moment and stuff. And I think to myself, it's not bittersweet because our team won. Do you know what I mean? We won, and regardless who's at the helm, okay, Man United come first, and we won. Donny van de Beek still no minutes. I still think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't sign him. I think he was just a signing to say we can get him on the cheap. He's a great player. Do I think Donny van de Beek is going to be here longer than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? 100%. But who knows? We don't know what's happening in the background. Prime. I just want to touch a little on the Everton part. What do you think, man? I think they're 3 games in a row they've lost Richarlison. I mean, is Richarlison the link that's making them tick? I don't think. I think they're in a bit of a crisis. Would you not say?
Yeah, they're definitely missing Richarlison. He, as much as Calvert Lewin is a bad man,
Mm.
Richarlison knits it all together.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
with Hammers and everything, they make it. You know, it's a front three, and if
hundred
you're missing
percent.
one of that front three, it's not going to work as
Mm-hmm.
effectively. Sigurdsson also in midfield was so poor.
Right?
He didn't
Wow.
affect the game at all, and it's shocking. But from a guy when he was at Swansea, he was amazing, and I don't know. He just hasn't made that step up.
I think it's because he's not the main guy. 100%. I think it's because
He
he's not.
should be. He should be the main guy. Before you brought in James, or Everton brought in James,
Was it
Sigurdsson should
delivering?
be that main guy.
Was he
But he
delivering though?
wasn't. No, he wasn't. That's why
Yeah.
James had to come in.
100%, 100%. And you know, I think you know what you're going to get for Allen and Doucouré, and I think James was kept quiet. You know, you have to take your hat off to Luke Shaw, done a job on him. Rashford done his defensive duties. You know, I think all round, you know, it's a poor game. The reason I said crisis is because if a certain Norwegian had lost 3 games in a row, Twitter, the media, there'd be a massive meltdown. You know, he's got to go. He's got to do this. However, I mean, what is it? Because it's Don Carlo that because of his stature and because of his history and the magnitude of the man that he can afford, or is it just because it's Everton? We're just like, yeah, is what it is. What do you think?
I still think they'll be up there for the top 4. Look, the league is so wide open, and it was proven. We'll get onto the game anyway. City Liverpool, but the league is so wide open. Like, put in a good run together for like 15 games or so. I think you'll win the league.
Yeah,
or you could win the league. Because there's no threats. Liverpool are gone. City, whatever's happening with them is happening. They're gone.
Yeah.
Chelsea are on a good run of form now. United could put on a good run of form, and they could challenge. Spurs could challenge. Everton, we know what Carlo's like. He's an amazing manager, so there's no reason why they couldn't. Like, it's open for anyone, except Arsenal anyway. But it's open for anyone. Yeah,
listen. I mean, safe to say, league title's not going to the North London of the Red anyway, the circus. So bunch of jokers. I think we'll just conclude on that game. I think on the Man United players wise, okay. I think I'm annoyed, right? Low key, I'm pissed off because I think the goal we concede, okay, and this is not getting at Harry Maguire or anything here, because he had an okay game, he was sound and stuff. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin is always going to beat Lindelof in the air. We know that, we can foresee that. And that's why he goes up against them. I just think if Harry Maguire goes up for that challenge or tells Lindelof, I'll go for it, he wins the header. We don't concede that goal. I know hindsight. I'm just thinking one of your best attributes, Harry, is headering the ball, being strong in the air. And I think to myself, why are you not taking leadership or responsibility to say, Harry's ball, I'm getting on it? Because I think to myself, you're dropping back for the knockdown, but you're not catching any striker with pace. So in a foot race, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Neither's Lindelof.
But exactly, so you might as well gamble and make sure you win the ball in the air, right?
Me personally, I would say 3, maybe 4 people that fall for that goal. First of all,
okay,
that kick from or that boot up the field from Pickford. Martial has to be pressuring him more. As a striker, you should be running in and pressuring him so he doesn't get that kick off correctly. Second of all, either Maguire goes up against Calvert-Lewin, or even if it's Lindelof and Lindelof doesn't get it, you make sure you win that second ball or that first ball off the man. Wan-Bissaka up against Bernard. Wan-Bissaka has to be doing better there because we know how good he is defensively, winning on 1v1s. And David De Gea should also be saving that. So everyone's at fault there.
Do you know what, Prime? That's why me and you get on, because I can say something and then you just dissect it even more. That's actually factual, because it does start from the front. I think majority of Man United fans was just, when it went in, were like, oh, here we go again. But credit to the players, they showed character, and Bruno with 2 open goals, open play goals. No penalties needed. So, I mean, we move. Listen, we move. You know what I mean? What can they say now? We won, right? So...
Ollie's at the wheel again.
Exactly, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But listen, let's move to your team, man. Chelsea. The boys in blue. hammering bottom of the league 4-1. Yeah, I'll let you lead on this because I ain't
light work. What do you expect? Look, we should be beating them, and we did. That's it, really. It's again, these are games I've been saying this so much. Like last season, we'd go into them and we'd create all the chances, be like 2-0 up at half time, and we end up drawing or losing the game, or we go 1-0 down early on.
Yeah.
And we just don't end up coming back and don't end up winning the game. I was watching it and we went 1-0 down, and because I did a watch along, and there were thoughts creeping in my head like oh, this could be one of those games like last season. We're not going to win the game, yada yada yada. How long did that lead last for? Like 12 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Equalized, and then the game just got comfortable from then on. Yes, we've got the quality of players now that we didn't last season. Yes, we should be beating these teams, but that's exactly what we're doing. We are. Sheffield United, this is the same team that Liverpool played and City played just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we struggled against them. And Chelsea are able to beat them comfortably. I keep saying to everyone, we have the third best team in the league. I expect us to finish at the very least third. The reason why I'm not saying title challenge or win the league is because if everyone keeps saying Frank Lampard is this bad tactically inept manager, I'm not going to expect that from him. I'm not the type of person or fan that sets my manager up for failure. I'm not an Arsenal fan. So it's like, but again, how bad everyone is or how inconsistent everyone is, there's no reason why we can at least challenge, or we shouldn't at least challenge.
And listen, when you look at the fixtures and stuff, if you win 10 games in a row, or even say you go on a run of 7 games or something like that, listen, that takes you up the ladder, and you could potentially get a stretch. I say this all the time. Liverpool won the league because every other team was shit and inconsistent. Liverpool were the only team being consistent. So in this crazy horror season where teams are getting touched right, left, and centre, it's open, and do you know what? The thing about the Chelsea game, right? I wouldn't say I'm jealous. It's just that I shake my head when I see Ziyech touch the ball and I think how much you bought him for. I think, was it 36, 37 million? I think to myself,
we got him on a steal. It was robbery.
Bro, that is like daylight robbery. See, do you know what I liked about his interview? Did you see what he said? Do you know, is it something you worked on? And he says, no, I just give them the eye look and I know when to kick the ball. And I thought, bad boy. He
did the same thing against Chelsea. Ajax, and then he's actually scored from that cross.
I remember, bro. I was just like, bad.
I was watching that game, right? And keep in mind, I hadn't watched Ziyech at all. It was only those 2 games against Chelsea I was taking him off of. And I kept saying, other than the goal and the assist, which you can't take away from a player, I don't think he did much because I hadn't watched Ziyech from a stretch of period before. So I was like, I don't know. He could be the guy that could probably struggle. Now, looking at it, he's probably been, out of all our signings, I think he's been our best player.
Oh, listen. You know me. Yes, I'm a new fan, but I'll say a bad boy and a baller when I see one. The guy is levels. When I say levels, And do you know what's so good about this guy? He's a winger that crosses the ball. A winger.
Surprise.
Guy doesn't care about dribbling. Yeah? If he wants to dribble, he'll spun you like a blade. Trust me, I seen it when he done the 1-2. Do you know what I mean? Like that. When he dragged it back and left the man. I saw it, But he crosses the ball, And it's like, I feel like Frank Lampard has said, I feel like Frank Lampard has addressed all Chelsea's problems in the one transfer window. You needed the winger that crosses the ball. You needed someone who could run with the ball and dribble with the ball and create. You needed someone who can run from deep, make good runs, and you need an alternative striker. And I think to myself, this Chelsea's going to be a problem. If you click, and I said that to you a few weeks ago, as soon as you guys click, it's a problem. Because see when Ziyech, bro, the wand man, Gladym Leviosa, bro, Harry Potter with the left foot, bro. When he just when he looks up, the ball for Ben Chilwell. What is going on? That is ridiculous.
Bro. I'm still trying to temper my expectations. You're gassing me now.
Bro,
Stop.
bro, I'm just saying, yeah, and I think to myself, yeah, we got Daniel can't connect for James, yeah, who can't even dribble, never mind cross, and you've got a bad boy who's just there. Boom.
It makes you wonder. Man United need a wing. We needed a winger. You went for Sancho all window. Ziyech was right there.
But you guys bought him early, though.
Needed a winger. They got Gareth Bale. Bale's a bad boy, so you can't go against that. But Ziyech is right there. Arsenal needed a winger. They are paying Willian, who's like 31 years old, 220k a week for 3 years. Ziyech is right there.
Ridiculous. Seriously.
Liverpool needed another backup winger. Yes, Jota is a bad boy, but Ziyech is right there.
But you guys signed them from early, though, Prime. Do you know what I mean? You guys signed them from early, and like, listen, the guy's gonna look assist from crosses and stuff. I'm just thinking, yeah, we had Tarzan up front and Ziyech just whipping balls in, bro. Like, come on, like, it's like I feel like Lampard's making football a lot more simple. He's like, okay, yeah, got strikers. We need someone who crosses the ball. This guy crosses the ball. Boom. You know? And let it be known that crossing, yeah, is an art.
But the thing is, football isn't actually that hard, or shouldn't be that hard. People try to overcomplicate things by tiki-taka or a gegenpress or trying to play a weird 5 at the back or diamond or what. Football shouldn't be that hard.
It's not, bro.
The basics. Just do the basics well, and you can get away with it. It's not that hard to do. And on Football Terrace, Terry released a video breaking down Frank Lampard's system and things like that, and how good it could be for us the rest of the season and in the future.
Yeah, so, is this the hexagon or something like that?
And the thing is, everyone keeps saying about us gelling and stuff like that. Werner is still playing off the left. He's still not playing up front in his rightful position. We're still not 100%, or at least I'm still not 100% sure on Kante as the DM in big games. Let's see how that works out. We're still looking at bringing in Declan Rice, a CDM. We're still looking at bringing in a centre-back. Depends how Mendy performs this season, but maybe All Black is still a thought. Like, I think it's still not complete yet, and we're performing.
It's not complete, but look what you're doing, though. You know, it's showing all the signs, and that's good signs of a competitive, potential championship-winning team. You know, you want all your big players to be consistent, though. They have to be consistent.
The reason why I'm not even saying Prem or anything, I'm not talking about that or thinking about that yet, is because from the last international break until now, we had a run of games where we should be beating teams. We should be beating all of these teams, not dropping any points. We did that. Cool. After the international break, we've got Newcastle. We've got to play Wolves. We've got to play Leeds. We've got to play City, Spurs, and that's also taking into the fact that we also have the remaining Champions League games. Let's get through that and see where we lie. We've also got Arsenal and Boxing Day. Let's get through that because those are tough games, and then let's see where we lie at the end of that. If I'm not even saying we win all of those games, but if we're getting good results, we're beating those teams, we're playing well, and we're showing our quality, both defensively and offensively, then I will start to get gassed a little bit. But until then, I'm relaxed.
Do you know what? I get what you're saying. 100%. I get what you're saying because, you know, you don't want to get too excited and then be ever more disappointed. However, you can't. I mean, okay, it is only Sheffield United bottom of the league. However, you still got to beat them, man. And then the way you did, very convincing, man. Thiago Silva got on the score sheet, you know. Ben Chilwell scoring again, you know. Like, listen, if your fullbacks can chip in with, 5 to 7 goals, do you know what I mean? Bro, all round, if a team's scoring from anywhere, that's a problem because they're all capable of scoring, man. You mentioned City and Liverpool and stuff. I'm going to quickly segue to their game. I thought that was boring. I thought it was boring. I thought it was boring. People were saying, oh, you can see they're going at it. No. I thought City. I think it's funny. Yeah, you take Aguero out, they just look like a completely different. No Mahrez. I was so shocked not to see that. Mahrez, like, okay, one trick pony, get that, but still, something different. And if you really deeped it, the only reason they scored is because Gigi was lacking, and then Kevin De Bruyne got in a position and was able to mix to pass a goal to Jesus. Now, I mean, he does a Dennis Bergkamp there, doesn't he? But I mean, he is Brazilian, so you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I wasn't convinced. And Bobby Firmino, done out here, bro. He's going to be sipping Lucozades, the Gatorades, the Powerades, whatever. Because after that performance, boy, Jota, you have to give Jota a shot, man. Jota has to start in this actual position, boy.
Firmino's done. But I mean, okay, in this game, I think Klopp bottled it, not even going to lie.
Bro, I'm so glad you said that because everyone on Twitter, social media was saying, oh, Man City was the owners of bar. You're the flipping champions, man. Okay, Man City are the home
team. You're the champions. You're the champions. You went 1-0 up. Yeah, okay.
Go kill the game.
You got the penalty. So you did get the penalty, and you could say Liverpool keep saying they created more chances and they should have won the game. I don't think so, though, because Liverpool may have created more chances, but City's chances that they had were more quality.
Yeah.
I think, Klopp did bottle it. He didn't do enough. He should have put the onus on to win the game because now with all these injuries that they have, Trent is also out for another month.
Yeah.
Liverpool could be done.
Bro, the funny thing is, like, it's just, you just love to see it, bro. Like, I'm just so happy with it because for me, it's like, all right, cool. Let's see what you can do now. Let's see if your squad has the bloody depth and stuff. Let's see if you can actually, your quality players that were supposed to be, I mean, you had Shaqiri coming off the bench, Divock Origi, whatever. Let's see what they can do. But the thing is, bro, you can also say that obviously no one had any rest in that, but so what? Every club has to deal with injuries. Now, like, they're crumbling. And for me, to see Liverpool go 1-0 up here, I was expecting them to go and cause a massacre because I was thinking, okay, floodgates will open, especially with that 4-2-4 Pro Evolution formation, where they're attacking. They might as well just play something like second strikers off the front two. I was surprised that what's his name, Frodiola, didn't match him, and they haven't got any strikers. And I just think, to conclude on Liverpool, for me, I just think that's a chance, an opportunity missed that they've missed now, 100%. I think it's an opportunity missed, and I think that opens it all for everyone now because those two have played each other, and neither team won. So on to Man City. They're not going to win the league. I'm not convinced. I can't. I mean, Jesus, do you know what? Jesus gets a lot of chances, right? But he misses quite a lot as well. You see the header from 6 yards out? Bro, Tammy Abraham scores that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But Jesus, I don't know what he is, but he's not a gunman. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe he's just a forward. Because we're now in a period of football where we just have a new position created. We don't. You're not a striker or a winger. You're just a forward.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he is.
What do you think of his goal, though?
It was quality. I don't know if people are saying that he didn't mean it and stuff like that, but it's a quality goal. You can't take it away from him.
I think it's a quality goal, yeah, but I thought it was a bad touch. I think he was lucky the way it came off because did you see when he turns around, he sort of looks up to see where the ball is, and then he does look down. But then look, like any quality striker, he's potent. He adjusted and he toe punted it in, and fair play to the guy. I just felt from then on, I don't know. Like, I mean, I just felt none of the teams were really penetrating as much. Both teams didn't want to lose. I get that. I just felt that from what it used to be, it wasn't really up to its, I just felt both managers were cautious, very cautious. And I suppose we're just not far into the league, but, this is the time where you want to extend your lead, You want to flip in Southampton on top of the league, mate. Do you know what I mean? You want to, stretch out a lead and beat your rivals. So I think, for me, Liverpool bottled it on this one. That's what I'm going to say. People are going to say Man City are the home team, but nah, you're the champions, mate. You're supposed to be setting an example. You're supposed to be beating these teams, but nah. So I think City will be happy with a point, personally, because I think City will feel that they'll beat majority of the rest of the teams, What's your thoughts on City's performance?
It was a good performance from City, to be fair, coming back from a goal down.
Yeah.
And in the second half, Liverpool just seemed to, park the bus and stuff like that. So it was a good performance. Kevin De Bruyne should have scored that pen, yes, but even with all of that, they created all the chances. And if Aguero was playing, City win that game.
Do you know that penalty he missed? That's the first penalty not on target. Sorry, hit wide. Since Mahrez has won 2 years ago.
Oh, where he ballooned it over the back.
Yeah. Crazy. And
from City or in the Prem?
From City. Not in the Prem, beg your pardon. In the Prem. It's funny that when you think about it, they had players in their squad like Gundogan. He never missed the penalty. Then he missed. Sterling's missed penalties. Jesus missed penalties. Aguero's missed penalties. Now, KDB's missed penalties, bro. I just think they're just not convincing this season. I think Pep's boys, Pep's instructions, it's just done. I think, I don't think that, and also don't get me wrong, he's not addressed the situation. He needs a centre forward, and I think City don't give him the money because they know he's leaving at the end of the season.
They've always needed a centre forward. The two things about Aguero is he can get you goals, but he will always be injured. They've always needed a centre forward.
So the fact that they've not addressed that, and Jesus not even a proper centre forward, he's a left winger. So it's interesting, and I get tried to play that. What's his name? Fernando Turan. Is that his name?
Ferran Torres as a
that's it.
Ferran Torres. He is good. He works as a false nine.
Yeah. So it worked, but I mean. Yeah, I mean, listen, they got a point. They never lost, right? So you mentioned penalties, okay? We're going to talk about our countryman, Ade Lookman. Boy. Premier, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're my team and you do that, I'm punching you up.
Thank you. I said this on the Terrace Midnight Vibes. I said this on Midnight Vibes, yeah? That I don't care that you're a kid. I'm sorry, but
I'm punching you up,
on the same team and you do that, you deserve to get rushed.
Bro, I'm punching
straight up. You don't.
You're not driving your car, bro. You're not driving your car, bro.
And here's the thing that annoys me about it. It's not like with Jorginho or Bruno Fernandes, we know what their penalty style is. So if they take a penalty and they miss, fine, because that's established. That's what they do. David Luiz does this mad run up. That's his penalty style. If he misses, we know that's what he does. That's fine. Is it established that that's what he does? Does he do a Pinnacle all the time?
Is he stupid? None of this, the thing is, for me, you score that goal, you get a point away from home, which is a good point, and it's a derby, right? Who gave you the fucking balls to be like, I'm going to try it? And it wasn't even a good one. He scuffed the shot. And I think because the keeper dived so early, he's like, fuck. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's like, and then that happened. Listen, I'm badding you up in the change room. In the tunnel, I'm like, what is that? I'm slapping you at the back.
You're not allowed on the bus back home.
Bro, just 100%. Because you know what, there's incentives, contracts. These boys are playing in the Premier League, So you want them to stay in the Premier League. So every point is vital, especially in this bloody freakish season. And you're doing that.
Imagine if they get relegated now based off a point.
Bro, listen. And do you know what, See when he came out and said, I apologize. Shut up. I hate that. Like, fuck off. Like, seriously,
Your
what?
Dr. Week's wages, that's not an apology. Your Dr.
Oh,
Week's wages
like,
automatically.
and they're like, oh, I saw Scotty Parker say, yeah, he's been great for us. Fuck that nonsense. Do you know when Dean Henderson mucked up for Sheffield United? Chris Wilder says, yeah, he did muck up. He knows he mucked up, and he knows he shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Bro, tell them, because all this babysitting, sugarcoating, what you missing? Right, 12 yards from target. I can accept if the keeper saves it. I can accept if you went for power and you sky it. But when you go for foolish fuckery like that, like, you're not Francesco Totti. You're not Andrea Pirlo. You've got tech, but you're not on that level. Humble yourself, pick a side, top bins or bottom corner, hard, place it, whatever. Just make sure you effing score.
Why is he taking pens anyway? He's a
I don't
kid.
even know. But where's
Is there
the
no one else that can take what? Fulham. I'm sure Carney.
Mitrovic, Tom
I'm
Cairney.
sure Carney can take pens.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what? You're the captain, mate.
Is he not Scottish? Yeah.
Tom Cairney.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I think so. In fact,
Yeah.
no.
I swear, because I think he's played in this SPL before. I swear he takes pens. So why can't he take a pen?
Tom Cairney. Let's see. Tom Cairney.
Yeah, he's Scottish.
Yeah. He's Scottish. He's Scottish. Wow, I should know that. Bloody hell. I should know that. Yeah.
Why can't he take a pen?
And the thing is, yeah, like, do you know the type of player I am? Yeah, I'm hacking you in training. I'm kicking you in training, and I'm making you remember. And I hate when players come out and say, "Oh, sorry for this, blah blah." Fuck off. Just. Do you know what I mean? No, seriously, piss off. What's that about? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. What are you? Are you even the one typing it? Because you know they've all got PR people now. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So what? Are you sitting there in your car, getting deleting text and saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, blah blah blah." I expect it. Shut up! Like, fuck all that bloody nonsense. You missed the penalty. We move, yeah, but don't fucking try that. I don't, like I said earlier, yeah, I don't mind if you hit it and the keeper saves it, because you're like, that's a shit penalty. But the fact that you had the keeper went down and got it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? The keeper went down and then he was like, "Oh, cheers, mate." Do you know what I mean, bro? And let's not sleep on West Ham. Look, another 3 points. You know, they scored in the 91st minute or something like that. Suit it. So listen, they're doing okay. They're going to be sound, aren't they? You know, they're not really going to do anything in top six wise. So, but yeah, Fulham, man, they got beat again. So I think that point will definitely come, because boy, that kind of penalty, man. Anyway. So the next game I want to talk about, yeah, is Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham. I seriously thought they bottled it, Brian. I seriously thought they bottled it. You know,
I don't think so. We know what Jose is like. In the big games, he will be more pragmatic, sit back and counter. In this against the lesser sides, he would go out and his team will score goals for fun. But there are some tricky games where you just need to grind it out and get that result at the end of the day. It's 1-0. It's 3 points. Move on.
Yeah. And you know what? Like with the subs, you know, he brought on Vinicius, he brought on Mora, you know, and then obviously I think Bale came off, but like, you know, he went for it. And I think to West Brom, they did defend well, but you know, you've got to defend for 90 plus minutes, you know. And the goal, did you see the goal? Have you saw the goal, Brian?
Yeah, I saw the goal, but again, it is what it is.
Yeah, for me, like the keeper, I mean, if you're coming, you've got to clatter the guy. Do you know what I mean? You've got to come out and just punch the ball. You're going to come out. And the ball, the way Doherty crossed the ball, yeah, I'm thinking, okay, let's see what happens. It's a great finish, though. It's a great finish. And, you know, Harry Kane scores and Tottenham win. We're becoming, you know, that's becoming a regular sentence now, you know. However, they're winning, you know. They're not playing that great football, but they're winning, you know. So, but anyway, let's talk about the clowns of North London. The Jokers, the Tongue Twister Tank Engine and Elmo and friends, you know, talking about how we're going to do this, they're going to do that, blah, blah, blah. But a certain Super Jack and a prime Ross Barkley with man like Oliver Twist, Ollie Watkins, spinning them like Beyblades, bro. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. I'm chuffed, yeah, because there's a boy that's called McGinn and he's Scottish, 100%. Put my life on that. And this guy he's a good footballer, but he does all the dirty work, bro. And it frees up people like Jack and Ross to go do their thing. And do you know what's so funny, mate? We said, yeah, you said it as well. Football's such a simple game. Dean Smith's like, I've got these two creative players. I need to find a way to put them on the park, which he does. Shout out Gareth Southgate. Pay some fucking attention how to use Jack Grealish, by the way, because you are depriving the whole flipping country of a great player here. McGinn does all the dirty work. By the way, he can score. He's got tech. He's all right on the ball. And then Jack and Ross. By the way, prime. Ross is looking like the Everton player that came onto the scene, you know. It just makes you think about confidence, different scenario.
I've been saying that about Ross Barkley. You give him... There's a reason why for Chelsea he performs well in cup games. People can say it's against lesser opposition, but no, it's because of the fact that when you give him that confidence and that belief in you, like you give him that trust and say, you're my guy, I back you. He's unplayable. He's completely unplayable when you just give him all that trust and love and confidence. And that's what I said. Loan out Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but keep Ross Barkley. He's a valuable squad player in the team. He's
but
doing
he's playing every game now.
What?
He's thriving because he's playing every game, though, isn't he? You know
exactly, and he's playing in a system that gets the best out of him. He's got the backing of the manager. Him and Ross Barkley, him and Grealish, sorry, their link up is amazing, and that should be something that England actually use because again, it's about getting the best out of your team, not just your best players.
I don't think Ross Barkley got picked.
No, not on this one. But
so which is we'll come to that at the end anyway. We'll come back to the end. So Arsenal got bodied, yeah? They got bodied from first minute to last minute.
That Troop says. Well, remember last week? Bodied.
Bodied, yeah? Bodied.
No. But, you know.
The gift that keeps on giving. Listen, do you know what the most annoying thing was, yeah? Was that the way they celebrated beating Man United was like a coronation. Like it was like they won a trophy. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Pardon?
Which I don't get because if Ollie's a PE teacher, right, and this United team is shit, it's not good, yada yada yada. If I believe all of that, then I wouldn't celebrate beating Man United. Because look, I respect Man United. I think Ollie's a good manager. So that is why when Frank said he was gonna park the bus and play counter-attack against United, I respected that. I didn't have a problem with that.
Ollie, isn't it?
Yeah. When Chelsea play Arsenal, yeah, and if we beat them comfortably, I'm not gonna get gassed off that result because I don't rate Arsenal at all. If we lose to Arsenal, I'll be mad because we're losing to a team that we shouldn't be losing to. But it's like, that's the thing Arsenal fans always do. They set themselves up for failure and they hype up Arteta to this level of immortality and stuff. So when they end up losing and they lost comfortably, it all falls apart and their fan base turns to absolute joke.
Great entertainment.
I was watching AFTV and DT said this is their worst result since Bayern Munich. And keep in mind, they've got beat 4-1 in the cup final by Chelsea. They've got beat 4-1 by Liverpool and City. They've got beat 5-1.
Europa League by Olympiacos.
And this is their worst result. They're backing Arteta. They have complete trust and faith in Arteta. Look, I back Frank. I think he can do a good job, but I am critical of him. I am realistic. It's not 100% blind faith because he has to prove it to me.
Exactly.
What has Arteta proven to warrant all this faith and trust? Like even Sir Alex Ferguson, when he first came to Man United and all of that, there was a point where he was going to get sacked.
Yeah.
But then he ended up winning his first trophy. I think it was the FA Cup or something.
Yeah. We won.
That's what set him on. But you had to actually prove it. Arteta hasn't proven it. He beat Chelsea in a cup final, but again, Frank Lampard
Let's be honest.
Frank Lampard is tactically inept, so that doesn't really count, does it? They beat Liverpool in the Community Shield, but it's the Community Shield. They beat City.
It was so good to watch.
Pep is it's Arsenal fans, man.
And the fact that it's Arsenal, the banter club, they think they're this and they're that. Shut your noise, mate. Shut up. Don't come back. Sit down. Do you know what I mean? Just humble yourself and just accept for what you are. Okay, you're a top 10 club at best. You're not a title championship competitive team. You know, take your pie and be humble. Arteta, yeah, cool. He's a good coach. It's not really hard to be a good coach. Do you know what I mean? If you can tell someone to run to one corner, run to another corner, and then blow a whistle to get them to stop, it is what it is, mate. You know, but he got done by Dean Smith, and we need to give Dean Smith some praise here. You know, in the space of 6 months, they've went from just scraping the league to convincingly beating not just Arsenal. You know, they humbled Liverpool. You know, okay, I don't know if they got. Did they get beat off Leicester? I can't remember. But my point is that, Aston Villa came to your home ground, and Jack and Ross were basically, you know what I mean, having a party, mate, having a party, and Thomas Partey was nowhere to be seen. So enough about those clowns. They're done. They're done. They're finished. Seriously.
Lacazette. You know what? I banter United fans about Martial. I say he's a fraud and this and that, right? But it is jokes. He's got quality.
Yeah.
But Lacazette is actually a fraud, isn't he?
Bro.
He was bought for. Keep in mind, he was bought for 50 mil roughly. In January, Arsenal had to bring in Aubameyang.
What does that tell you?
Of that same season for 50 mil. Pepe would cost 72. Ozil's being paid, what is it, 350 or whatever a week. Williams on 220 a week. That's 5 players on big money. Partey as well, 6 players on big money, and they're not even the 5th best team in the league.
Not 100%. I mean, would you even go as far as say? Yeah, I mean, I'd think so. Have Arsenal got the 5th best squad? Are they even in the top 5 squads? I don't think so.
In my opinion, they will finish 7th. I think, because I look at everyone else, because if City, Liverpool, Chelsea, whatever order that's the top 3. Personally, I think United will finish 4th. But
yeah, I think we'll get top 4. I think
even if it's not United, Spurs is in there, right? For United or Spurs for top 4. So that's 5th and 6th gone.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves are better or just as good as Arsenal. They've got a better manager. Leicester are just as good, if not better. They've got a better manager.
So that's 5th and 6th. And then you're left with Everton.
Everton have a better manager. They've got just as good players in terms of the first 11. We've got Leeds. People may not rate Leeds individually in terms of their players, but Bielsa's a bad boy manager, so you never know what they could do. Crystal Palace on a good run of form. Southampton, I know Danny Ings is injured, but if Che Adams can bang...
Good manager. You know, he was the one that started Salzburg. People forget that, you know.
Exactly. And then you've got Aston Villa, who knows, maybe they could finish in the top 10. So there's competition everywhere.
Teams like Villa Prime aren't playing in Europe, you know. So there's an advantage, yeah, but for Arsenal, I just think to myself, you know, the way they set up, even for me, when I saw it, I was just like, you're playing Aston Villa at home. Why are you being so defensive? You know, I mean, I complain about Ollie doing the same thing. So Arteta is going to get, you know what I mean? He's going to get dashed the same energy. I just think to myself,
but at least when you guys set up defensive, you got the players to break on the counter. You're dangerous on the counter attack.
100%.
Aren't dangerous on the counter attack. Aubameyang against Aston Villa didn't register a shot.
Imagine.
In that game. He's only got 2 goals this season.
Midfielder, man. That's why.
He's only got 2 goals this season. One was in the first game of the season. The other one was a pen. Willian, I love the guy really, but he's so inconsistent. And Arsenal fans were gassed because he got 2 assists against Fulham.
Crazy.
Partey, he's a great player, but I said
He's not done
gonna make a
anything.
difference.
He's not done
He's not,
anything, has he?
he's not going to make a difference. They got gassed because he played well against Man United, but Man United were so poor in that game that you should be able to beat them.
So for me, I mean, I think we
Tierney
need
as well. Tierney, I think this guy's a bad boy. I think he's the best left back in the Prem. But what happened?
I think. Do you know what?
Is Arsenal syndrome setting into him? Is
Bro,
Arsenal gonna kill him?
I think he's. You know when you're amongst jokers and you start cracking jokes, and then your performance starts becoming a joke. Boy. Obviously, listen, it's just unfortunate. He was unlucky. Ozil said he was unlucky. But I also think that the formation and stuff, it's not helping some of your individual players, because look, Tierney's gonna. If you play Tierney left back, he's effective going forward and
bad.
defending. If you play Aubameyang, it pains me because he's a certified striker. He scores goals. Great opportunity.
He's not even a striker though, because in terms of hold up play and linking and stuff, he doesn't do that.
No. So he's a goal scorer. He scores goals, right? So you should, if you've got this guy who can score goals, what do you need to do? Play in a creative way or have formation that puts him in a position where when we create, he can be at the end of it all. Now, it would help if you had a certain German that is able to create chances and stuff, but you don't. So you're asking Elmo, Tutu, Tank Engine, you're asking bloody Scribbles, what's his name? Scribbles, Ceballos, to create, and it's not happening. And then you've got Willian, right? Who, look, he's a professional, blah blah, but he's just at Arsenal picking up wages, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just there just to maintain his fitness. Do you know? And then you have Lacazette, who right now is not the answer. I don't think he's ever been the answer. And you've got Aubameyang. I just think they're setting up their players to fail. Arsenal are just kidding themselves on. You've got Aubameyang tracking back and stuff, and I'm thinking, Aubameyang, like you're tracking back, like what the hell? And you saw him at the sideline. He just looked rattled, absolutely rattled. You can speak,
and they're showing,
but shit is the same meaning in all languages. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you, bro?
And Arsenal fans keep having this hope of, when Martinelli comes back, he gets into the team and whatever. But like, what is he gonna do? He's a kid. He's got potential and everything, but he's a kid. What, you're gonna put all your hopes on Martinelli? And when he goes through bad periods of form, because he's a kid.
Yeah.
What, you're gonna start slating him again because he's not performing.
The last kids to bad up the Premier League were Ronaldo, Rooney, Fabregas, because when Fabregas was a kid, he was still doing well. I'm just trying to think Chelsea-wise. How old was Hazard when he came?
Hazard was young, but he wasn't a kid.
Yeah.
He was certified.
But my point is that you need to be a very special player to be putting your hopes on. Man, I just think that Arteta can speak on the line.
What you said, Ronaldo and Rooney. Even then, at United, they were still playing around ballers as well. So it's not like they didn't have to be turning up and being the match winner every week.
Exactly. They got to express their talent, but they also have people around them that were shirty players that knew what they had to do to win and knew how to perform and be disciplined. At Arsenal, you've got, you know what I mean? I can't even say to you who do I think's like, they've got him. Because I think to myself, you only take Aubameyang out of that team, that's it. If that. To strengthen Chelsea right now, who do you take out of Arsenal? Not even to strengthen, to sit on your bench.
Tierney.
There you go.
Partey.
But Prime, you're only saying Partey because you know what he's done, not for his form at Arsenal.
Tierney and Saka are the only two.
There you go. Right? And you could say Tierney could push Chilwell to start. Saka will probably have to battle up with Pulisic. But do you know what I'm trying to say to you? There's no one in their squad where you're like, I'd take them right now. You know? Tierney, yeah, I'd take Tierney if they play them at left back because he's a better left back than he is a better left centre back. And all this. I mean, you're at home when you're playing a back three. I mean, I don't know for me, man. I don't know or maybe he thinks, maybe Arteta, to conclude on the Arteta one, maybe Arteta thinks the players I've got are not good enough. So this is the formation I need to play. I need to not get beat. But if Aston Villa are touching you up with 3 goals, boy, 3. Like, do you know what that means when he gets read out in the Premier League list on Match of the Day? 3-0 to the Villains. Boy. But Prime, man, is there any other topics you want to cover, bro? Because I'm thinking about I want to talk about the Jack Grealish and Southgate thing and him picking
England.
Yeah. Because obviously it's international week, man. I just think I think this is his last tournament, personally. If he doesn't get to the final or convincingly gets to the semis, I think he moves on, or I think he gets moved on because the way he's picking the players, and this is no dig at Chelsea, but he says players will be picked on form. He's obviously went against that, right? Now, you could say Callum Wilson has scored 6 goals and blah, blah, yeah, but Tammy gets put. But his explanation and his reasons, we felt that Tammy needs to get more time. Bro, this is not like you're trying to get Tammy to get fit or something. Do you know what I mean? You're not trying to give him... Are you trying to get him minutes to play? Do you know what I'm trying to say to you, bro? Like, and this is no dig towards Chelsea or Tammy Abraham. If you're the national gaffer and you're saying to me players on form will be picked, and I see Callum Wilson scoring with Newcastle, and Tammy's only scored 1, and then you see Jack Grealish like bouncing Bellerin off his shoulder and ripping up defensive in the English Premier League with Aston Villa, may I add, and his partner in crime, Ross Barkley, and you're struggling to get these teams in the squad. And I have to say to you, Prime, right? If I say we, like we're England fans, but I'm saying like if England, right? If Jack was say it was Jacquinho or Jack Grella or whatever, right? If he was foreign,
Olua Jack,
there you go, right? So the funny thing is, if England knew they could get him to swap nationalities, they'd do it, right? And they did play him.
Well, but they already did it because he's Irish.
Yeah, but
they already got him to swap.
But this is the thing, though. Like, I feel like they're just like, it obviously doesn't like him. That's standard. We can see that, right? But I think to myself, if this was another country like Spain, Holland, Germany, he plays. You find a way to put all these people in, and you play a system. Because here's the fact: if you have the ball, you don't concede. And if you have creative players that can score you goals and create goals, you don't lose games. Do you know what I'm trying to say, man? What's your thoughts on it?
It's all that simple, really. No, it's mad. It's like I get what he picks Tammy. Tammy is in good form. At this point, from last season, he's performing better this season than he was last. Yeah, he might not be scoring more goals, but what he's doing for the team. So I get it. However, Wilson should still be in the squad, considering the fact that Danny Ings is injured. Jack Grealish, it's weird because Trent pulled out, and instead of bringing Grealish back in, he brought what's his name, Jude Bellingham.
What? Like, that is just criminal. That is just like bro. Like, this is what I'm saying about this guy, man. Like, what are you watching, or what are you not watching? Like, are you all right, mate? Like, surely, I think he has. Do you know what? I always say that most managers, their teams replicates them as a player or them as a personality. And I think to myself, Southgate, I mean, what? He won 1 trophy with Middlesbrough? Was it the Carling Cup or something? I think he won that. But, like, as a defender, he weren't really, he was a bit of a boring character, And I just think to myself, he's so, like, I don't know. He's not flamboyant. He's not a risk taker. And I think to myself, what's Jack got to do to play? Like, Does he sign for Man United? Does he sign for Chelsea? Then you pick him. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? I don't know. I don't know what I want for this guy because I think
mad,
to myself,
this guy's Grealish starts for Chelsea over Mount as a number 8. He starts for Man United.
oh, 100%.
He starts for Liverpool. He gets into City's team. He starts for everybody. So it's mad how
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that was who his main target was. It was him and Sancho and Upamecano, right? That's who he wanted. We buy Grealish, we don't sign Donny van de Beek. Oh, what do you mean? It would be good if we had them all, to be honest. You know, don't get me wrong, why not? But look, bro, the funny thing is, yeah, the way Jack Grealish plays is people like Southgate that are trying to rub him out because, in the sense of having this flamboyant guy who can dribble, who can score, who's quick, he's strong. And let me know, he's not that tall, by the way. Is he even 6 foot? I don't think so, right?
Nah, he's under 6. He's like, I think he's probably 5'9" or something.
Well, there you go, right? So we've got this guy, and I feel like it's like, I think it's just football now where these guys with flair and panache and like Mavericks, that's it, Mavericks. You're trying to just rub it out, like, no, we don't need you. You want this more industrial, workman-like, crazy, track back, get back into position, where it's like, okay, that's brilliant. That's one side of the game, but you need to score, you need to create. And we only play with one striker up front, you know? And you've got people like Rashford who's inconsistent, who still get picked. Jadon Sancho, if you actually watch Jadon Sancho, he likes to come inside and likes to, you know what I mean, interchange with people. So, like, you need something different. And people say, oh, he's like Gascoigne. I'm going to say, yeah, he is like Gascoigne because he's a maverick. He plays well. He can dribble. If he wants to get physical, he'll get physical. He gets kicked. He gets up. He scores goals and he creates goals. Like, I'm running out of words here, Prime. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't get it. And he must be thinking, you're not going to be here long enough. So don't worry. I will play for England. Jack must think like that because, bro, if he doesn't get picked for this tournament, they should sack him on that. And that's my opinion. It's wild, I know, and brazy, but he's the best English player right now, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm someone who says it's not necessarily about your best players, just play to a system.
But
you pick your best players, you play to your system, but like, so if that means, I don't know. I can't defend him. I don't know.
Yo,
find an excuse. I can see the good, and I can see the other point of view in anything. So I'm just trying to find a way to it, but I can't defend him.
Yo, on that note, man, the weekend wrap up. It's a wrap. And Bits and Bob says it's a wrap. Yo, Landless Prime, bro. Thank you so much, man. Another great show, man.
No problem, bro. No problem.
Prime, man. Drop your socials, bro. Let the people know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, it's on Twitter, Latimus Prime X, and TFT Out of Context on Twitter as well. Check that out for the terrace. If you're on Reddit, search the Football Terrace on there. We just drop stuff on. We're on Facebook as well, the Football Terrace. We're on Instagram, the Football Terrace. Social media in general, you know, we're just doing our thing and come follow and support.
Yeah, 100%. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Also, it's your boy, so what? Bits and Bobs on all the socials, Bits and Bobs _. Make sure you like and subscribe. Your Prime, man. Peace, my boy. Thank you so much. And everyone, try and make a good time of International Week because it's going to be boring as shit.